All right, I'm pulling up the chats on my Linux machine so that I can. It's my other computer and it's too much. I am, however, waiting for my live to show up. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm kind of late. I'm gonna be honest. I am a little bit late. I gotta pop out all of this stuff. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Actually, this one, I guess I don't really need to pop out. I think we're actually okay. Doopy, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I'm late today. Oh, right. That's what I was doing. I was editing videos for you before this. And then I was like, the dog needs me. Also, I have candies for me as bribery to be here today. I don't feel good. I'm not sick, but... Yippee! Okay, now it's all organized. Trader Joe's candy? No, I'm Canadian, so I have fuzzy peaches. They're very good. We appreciate the run on YouTube. Great videos. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Tage, Alice, Social. Hello, hello. Sociale. Culver, hello. El Quaro, Gustavo, Witch, Speed, Kender, Remflow, KK, Clucky. Let's go. All right. We're going to learn a little bit about load balancers today. Despite my bad attitude, we must prevail. So pretty much we're going to look into, I don't know anything about load balancers. You know what? I might actually just split these this way. What's the easiest way for me to do this? I think the way I had it might have actually been the easiest. Okay. All right. So we're going to learn a little bit about load balancers today. I don't know anything about load balancers. What do they even do? Balance the load of users. Can't relate. I don't have users. Hi, first time here. We're seeing your suggestions from YouTube for a few days. Let's freaking go. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Sounds like it. That's right. Oh my God. Do you guys know the do you guys know the Element electrolytes? They're like super salty. I'm trying to give myself some electrolytes so that because I think I'm dehydrated today. They're super salty, and I just that last sip was like just tasted like I just drank salt water. It was rough. I think there was a lot of powder in that one. Lex, thank you so much for the €6. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Weed ball. Okay, what is a load balancer? Okay, it uses dedicated hardware software solutions. So I think you can do, okay. We're going to start off a little section here for questions / hypotheses. This is like how I stay engaged is I make sure I'm asking questions along the way / making assumptions and seeing if I'm right. What's the main concept? What do I usually stream about? So I basically on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I do coding streams. Recently, I've also been doing coding streams on Mondays, but Mondays are kind of a bit more of a flexible day where it's either going to be a Pomodoro co-working, which is mostly just like an accountability buddy / space you can hang out online with background music, and you can just kind of sit and focus on your own stuff. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, I usually do live coding. So right now we're in a bit more of like the prep phase for a new project. I'm planning on starting to write a load balancer from scratch and a shell from scratch, just to learn how those things work and get familiar with Rust, because I'm doing a little learning Rust series. So that is what the streams are usually about. And yeah, today we're looking into the load balancer a little bit. Next stream, I'm not 100% sure if we're either going to work on one of those two projects. But yeah, that's the stream. Hello, Anita. Grizz, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Wow, are we hacking the planet yet? No, unfortunately not. I haven't even balanced the load. All right, so I think you can use a VM / Docker VM. I'll say or Docker because we don't want to mislead the people and make them think that Docker is a VM. It's not. You can use VM or Docker to run your load balancer. Would you consider making a video on Emacs and org mode? I would. I don't know what you're interested in. You know what I mean? I'm like, I guess how I use it, but then it's like, I show that all the time on stream. Is it like, what are my favorite features? Because I don't think I'm the most optimal org mode user. I'm a little chaotic, you know? The shell you say? Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to implement some of that stuff from scratch. Okay, so this is for... Okay. Notes. It seems to be networking related. Network load? Me literally knowing nothing about load balancers. Okay, so it could involve physically installing a hardware appliance or setting up a server on a starting up software on a dedicated server, configuring the load balancer with details such as IP addresses, listening ports, and backend server information. Choose a load balancing algorithm that suits your requirements. Common algorithms include round robin, distributing traffic evenly, least connections, sending traffic to the server with the fewest active connections, and IP hash, using a hash of the client's IP to determine the server. Okay. Okay, we need an algorithm. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Basically, honestly, I feel like I should be... Okay, it's, you know what? This is the skimming. Why would you run a load balancer from a VM? Why not? Is this live and are you a doctor? Hello? A beginner tutorial to Emacs and org mode. Maybe. Okay. Configure health checks. Set up health checks to monitor the status of the servers. Dang, that's a lot. Okay. Load balancer should periodically check the health of each server and route traffic only to healthy servers. If server is found to be unresponsive, the load balancer should automatically redirect traffic to healthy servers. If your application requires some persistence, configure the load balancer to ensure that requests from the same client are consistently directed to the same backend server. This is important for maintaining session state. Direct traffic to the load balancer to test it, ensuring that requests are distributed correctly among the backend servers, monitor health checks, and check for any issues in the load balancing process. As your application grows, consider scaling your load balancing infrastructure. This may involve adding more service to the backend pool, upgrading hardware, or deploying additional load balancers for redundancy. Interesting. Is coding fulfillment to you? Yeah, I love coding. It's one of those things where like people ask you, you know, it's like, what would you do if you had all the money in the world? And I'm like, this, I don't know. I would just build stuff for funsies. Why not? Okay, Mixed says, if you need Rust specific help, call my name. I'm gonna be in and out paying attention. Try to get some projects done, but shout out if you need help. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you. VM will probably be a little annoying. Not gonna lie. Fair. We'll see. Probably don't need to do it in a VM, but I'm just, again, just learning. Wow. Oh yeah, Nginx software load balancers like Nginx can be installed on standard servers. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, is my chat broken on this? I'll be honest, not ideal. Okay, there's a chance that chat somehow broke between yesterday and today. But can I refresh? Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly look and see. I often try not to share like searches because sometimes it'd be kind of creepy. I wonder if there are. I'm just pulling up some different resources so that we can jump into some stuff. What is the goal of writing your own? Yes. Should fill up the shelf behind you with what? I feel like it has stuff on it. Okay, wait, I'm trying to figure out my screen sizing here. Okay. I can, I'll switch it back so you can see what's going on. I'm trying to figure out how to best like share this on stream. Let me see if I can maybe extend that a little bit. Move me over. Okay. I feel like this is manageable. All right, we're learning how to do some stuff. Okay. We need an algorithm. We're going to create a new project here. We're just going to go there. We're going to go make directory. We're going to do God, I can't even read anything. You guys, this is not. Oh, right. No, I'm goofy. Yeah. Okay, listen. My bad. I should have just been here. Here I should do, and then I'll do cargo init load balancer. Okay. What's in here? Cargo.toml and a source. Okay, we're gonna open up a README here. Okay, what did I do? Why is it saying that I can't do anything with this buffer? Hello, are we good? I can't see behind my other screen. Okay. Oh, maybe it's just not saved. Okay. Yo, Tagster, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yippee. Make yourself small, and I could make myself smaller, but I can also just move myself over more. The awkward thing is I can't share. I have a single monitor set up, you guys. I cannot share the whole screen because then I can't see you. I've done it to myself. I'm the problem. Fault. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yippee. Could you make a video discussing good practices when building CLI apps? If possible, your ideas while building CLI apps. I can do that for the next CLI app video. That's actually, okay, I'm gonna write that down because that's kind of a good feedback. Am I gonna get trapped here? I have the longest cord. All right, I was like, I don't know how that's going. All right, I'm gonna write that down because I think that actually gives me a really good idea of what's interesting to you in terms of like insights while making a project. Okay. So project, basically like best practices. While building. Okay, because I can do that for like my little tiny little project that I just did in Rust. I could do a little recap too on like some of the lessons learned as well. But yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be building that many CLI apps recently. CLI is dominating the market. Dude, I'm years ahead. I've been years ahead. Listen, Charm knew it was coming. They did. I'm on Nix OS. I don't know if I have even an OS command. Okay, load balancer in Rust. Okay, the purpose. This repo exists for me to learn what a load, or more to deeply understand load balancers. Listen, don't judge my typing. I need to do more monkey type, okay? This repo, and then, and practice Rust development. Development. Is this Sway or i3? This is i3. I'm back on my bullshit. We're back on i3. How did I just do that? That was cool. Oh, I pasted probably. All right. So, let's outline some steps that we're going to take here. Okay. Create a basic server that can start for what it's worth. Okay, let's first explain what is a load balancer. And then the steps to make one. So load balancer. Let's look at the definition of a load balancer. We're gonna, sure, we'll trust Cloudflare. We can do that. Oh, okay, hold on. Trying to figure out how much of my screen you have. Okay, I can make myself smaller. Me changing my scenes while live is such a classic move here, to be honest. This is real time. This is what we call testing in prod. All right. I'm going to make you smaller too so that you can all fit in the little gradient area there. Wow, professional. Doing it like the pros. Ignoring the AI definition. You know what? Okay, the distributing computational workloads between 2 or more computers. Okay. Me copying it verbatim. Yes. 2 or more computers. On the internet, it's often used to divide network traffic among several servers. Okay. Internet. This is commonly used to basically used like, we'll say, a traffic controller for multi-server setups. Paul Smith, thank you so much for the tier 2 sub. Tier 2 membership on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy. I have more members only stuff coming. I'm trying to make, I want to make at least like recaps for you of like stream highlights. That's the plan. And like longer, if there's like longer things on stream that we talk about, that's like, I think interesting. Members only. Recap it for the members. Enrico, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yippee. What made you learn Rust? I wanted to change the scenery from Go. And Rust is Rust is such a relevant language, I feel like, in the professional world. There's also a lot of cool open source projects that are written in Rust. Do we allow trolls in the chat? Only if they're tasteful trolling. Only if it's actually funny, you know? Like, do you know how many times people have come in here, said a banger joke, and they got insta-modded? This is how I've accumulated the mods over time. All right? They either give me a crazy, helpful suggestion for my coding stuff, or they just come in with like a banger joke. I'm like, you know what? They passed the vibe check. You get to be the vibe controller now. Curious, what would be the algorithm for load balancing? Round robin? What else? I don't know. Okay, Paul says, I'm out here in the UK, so catching streams isn't ideal timing-wise, but I want to keep up with the VODs to learn at the same time. Let's go! I'm going to be also posting more, like, recap videos as well on, like, what I've learned. So, like, obviously the live streams is, like, the real kind of, you know, obviously the live version of me learning those things, but I do want to kind of continue to, like, condense that information into something useful for you. So I will try to do that. I'm just trying to figure out, I'm just overseeing all of the moving parts here and trying to figure out the best way to do that. Please make a video on Rust frameworks and when to use what. That would have to come down the line, I think. I could share that when I'm looking at, when I'm looking at basically the available options for if I'm going to do like a desktop application or something like that. When I look at the available options for different frameworks, I can break down why I chose what I did. Yeah. Yippee! For Rust, Tokyo is hard to beat for async stuff. Yeah. Do you decide specific projects to recreate with a new language, or are you learning? Or is it kind of like the on the go project decisions? You can see, so last, actually I'll have a video coming up on that. Like basically as soon as I hear back from Code Crafters. But I do have a plan. I have like, well, literally even since my like, this is my plan to learn Rust video, which I have, hold on. We're derailing. Where are you? This, I gave a bunch of different example projects that I'm planning on doing. Ooh, okay. I'm trusting your link. Okay, this actually does look really good. I'm not clicking that. Thank you. I clicked it. I clicked it for us all. Yo, Retro, thank you for the 7 stream streak. I appreciate that. Geo, thank you for the 7 stream streak as well. I appreciate you guys tuning in so much. Sorry if you covered it already. It's a first time catching you on stream. No, it's all good. It's all good. That was risky. I know. I was like, you know what? I believe this. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta live life on the edge. Sometimes you just gotta fuck around and find out, you know. Can't live too carefully. All right. So re-internet, this is commonly used as a traffic controller for multi-server setups. Let's read this one. Okay, should we jump? This is coding challenges. This is not where we even were. Who's this one? Okay, I'll finish reading this one, skimming it. Okay, without load balancing, servers get overloaded. They get overloaded. With load balancing, connections are distributed based on the chosen algorithms. We should also look at common algorithms for load balancing. Yeah, who cares if everything has 0 days now? Just gotta live. That's what I'm saying. Oh, do any of my mods know how to change the tags? You guys do I have any mods in the chat? Hey mods, can you add a Rust tag to the stream? Hey, I can't do it right now. I'm busy. Please. Please. I'm here. Do you know how to change a tag? I don't know how to. No. I do know how to do it, but I can't do it right now. Okay, confident algorithms for load balancing TBD. We're just gonna do this for like the incomplete areas. Okay, so how does it even work? So, what is a load balancer? We'll do logistics. All right, so it can run on a server or VM or cloud. Okay, CDNs typically provide them. I gotta get my nails trimmed. They're so long. It's getting harder to touch type. What's the name of the font that you're using in Emacs? This is Terminus Nerd Font. Are you open to add a new project to your list? Yeah, for sure. Probably actually, if you're on, can you leave a comment on a live stream? Like while it's live? I don't know how YouTube works. I'm new here. Like, hear me out. Okay, listen, I know I'm technically doing this, I'm a professional, but also not. Let me see. Oh, you can't leave comments while it's live. No. Maybe comment it on my other video then. Because I'm like, how am I going to keep track of that? I will lose it in the chat. Actually, you know what? No, I can get the transcript for this live stream after. So if you tell me your project idea, I'll just say it on the stream and then it's fine. Do I have a number one software engineering / code book recommendation for someone getting started? I really liked I don't remember if this was like, I think it was a pretty light read. Like it wasn't super crazy intensive. I really liked The Pragmatic Programmer. That was a really good book. A lot of people also recommend like Cracking the Code interview. It kind of depends on what your main priority is. I think if you're looking like specifically for practice for interviews and stuff, Cracking the Coding interview is supposed to be really good. And then they have the system design interview, which I should really look at because I feel I'm very weak on system design knowledge. But yeah, I really liked The Pragmatic Programmer. I thought they gave a lot of really useful stuff. But I would say too, like a big part of what's going to help you grow is reading other people's code, which is really fun to say in the era of AI. But I've been getting AI to review my code. It's been really helpful for writing more idiomatic Rust code. Just for hobby / personal development, not really interested in getting a job. Yeah, I really liked The Pragmatic Programmer. I thought that was fun. Okay, can run on a server, blah, 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 blah. When a request arrives from a user, it assigns the request to a given server, and this process repeats for each request. Load balancers determine which server should handle each request based on a number of different algorithms. Okay, the algos. I guess actually this kind of falls into what is a load balancer. Okay, common algos. We'll say they are static or dynamic. Okay. Okay. All right, so static load balancing algorithms distribute loads without taking into account the current state of a system. A static load balancer will not be aware of which servers are performing slowly and which are not being used enough. Instead, it assigns workloads based on a predetermined plan. Static load balancing is quick to set up, but can result in inefficiencies. Okay. So it's quick to set up. No accountability. Or no, like basically no interest in current server states. It's just like predetermined. All right. Okay. Round robin DNS and client side. Okay. Round robin. Okie doke. I'm happy to see you streaming regularly now. I lurk on the stream on my third monitor, but your way of learning and taking notes while reading out loud unironically sticks with me too. Incredible, honestly. Yo, let's go. Let's go, turd. Let's freaking go. Why don't you use Claude for learning? Well, okay. So right now I'm trying to get an in-depth understanding on load balancing. I think that if I'm using AI, I will generally use it for more kind of like surface level understanding of things. because I know that it's getting better day by day and everything, but like there can be some inaccuracies with the information that it's given. And my job is to make sure that I can know what is accurate, what isn't, based on my current knowledge. So if I'm using it for all of my knowledge, how am I going to be able to make that distinction? So I will often use Claude or like, not specifically Claude. I'll use AI for like understanding either like someone else's implementation, or even like right now I'm getting more of kind of like a theory of how load balancing works, like the higher level design of it, right? Maybe I want to see more examples of different load balancers. I can ask AI to generate some of those examples for me, or I can get it to tell me like different resources online, whatever, you know? But typically for me personally, when I'm looking to get depth on a topic, I am most interested in what other developers are sharing. And like books to me would be like books to me are like the ultimate, like you're going deep on some specific thing. It's great. No interest in current server states, the unbothered king load balancer algorithm. That's actually so funny. Wait, I gotta put that in. The unbothered king load balancer algorithms. That's awesome. I feel catfished. Calls her bashbunni, no bash in sight. I know, that's messed up. It's so weird. My headphones, for whatever reason, get kind of in the way of my headrest. Okay, wait. I think I gotta move myself over a touch. I'm trying to figure out where I'm hanging out here. All right. I think that's better. Small head. Yeah. My head's getting freaking cropped, man. How do you take notes when reading books on a specific topic? Here, I actually just did a whole video on that. Okay, sorry, we're sniping again. I just did a breakdown of like how I take notes and stuff, and some scientific research and whatnot. Everything has chapters in it. I guess I'll just keep my YouTube open in a different tab. No rest today. We're getting there, okay? We got to plan the project first. Unfortunately for us programmers, we cannot always just jump into the problem. I think it's important to understand the problem that you are trying to solve. So today we are understanding. Oh, interesting. Okay. Purpose. Hold on. This one. Hello. Where's my F? Okay. Affinity. Okay, I'm getting a little overexcited typing here. Heresy, I know. Freaking hate it. Reading out loud is actually so effective. For you or me? Gave me quite some headaches in the past before discovering the token. The problem was that the token that wasn't working on a node was different than the one it was created on. Wait. I'm going to copy what you were saying, and I'm going to paste it. Because I think you're making a point that I'm too smooth-brained right now to know what it means. Let's be so for real. I'm like, yes, a following, but also, can you say that again? Okay, software not working on the first request. All right. You got yourself a sub. Have a great stream. Keep up the hard work. Yo, let's go, Eternal Life. I hope you also have a great day. I don't know either what the tokens mean. You know what? I'm trying to keep up with chat, but I think people are just having a combo. Okay. So let's go to dynamic load balancing. Yippee! The dynamic, I mean, we already got the unbothered king. Oh. Unbothered and kind. King. And then, all right. Hi, Mo. Welcome in. All right. So this one does take into accountability. Also, someone is asking, is this I3? It is I3. Okay. Takes into account the current availability, workload, and health of each server. This one is like the healer. This is like your FPS game healer vibe. All right. Okay. Dynamic load balancing is much more, more difficult to configure. A number of different factors play into... Am I goofy? Yeah, I'm... Why are you trying to quit? Girl, stop it. Okay. What even is... Can I... Oh no, that's my... Sorry, don't mind that. I'm looking to do... No, it only works with org stuff. Okay, lame. I should have just written this in org. Okay. I really need to get my nails clipped. They're so short. Or they're so long now. Too long. Are you note-taking in a Vim read? A Vim readme. I'm using Doom Emacs, but I'm also, this is the readme for the project. Yeah. Okay. So health plus capacity of the server. The size of tasks distributed. Honestly, good point. And then mystery. The rest, they just said, and so on. As if we know. As if we're reading this because we freaking know. Okay, and then where is it used? Alrighty. Where are we? Common algorithms, logistics. Some of you are going to be going insane with my inconsistent capitalization. Okay, fine. I'll fix it. I think there's a way to there's definitely a shortcut to title case in Vim. Bitch. But I'm running into, I don't know what it is. I also don't feel like putting all of that. I want it not readable. All right. Okay. So we can find them either, used with web apps. Software help distribute traffic evenly between servers that host the application. Traffic on hosting the app. All right. Taking notes like this doubles as a typing exercise. I know, honestly. Some of you equals I'm also going insane with the inconsistency. You're welcome. I knew it. But you might have different apps, a software that behaves wrong without it. You just need to keep that in mind that it exists. Okay. Dynamic looks to be the more efficient. It seems so. Okay. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get experience with both. We'll just see how time consuming all of it is. All right. Also large localized networks. Okay. E.g. data center or office complex. Hardware, okay, typically this requires the use of hardware appliances such as an application delivery controller. Oops. These typically require hardware appliance like so if it's dynamic, requires additional server monitoring, which is like what kind of additional why digital note? Don't you prefer pen and paper? So right now I am outlining, this is actually like this, like the most high level notes explaining what a load balancer is, because I'm actually putting this in the project README so that when I reference the project, we get an understanding of what we're building. So this is almost more of like an outline of what I've made into software. So this is a bit different. This is like, you could, I mean, I could write this by hand as well, but it's a bit different because I'm using this as like the outline for the project that we're building. I don't know if that makes sense. For everything, do not say round robin DNS is load balancing. It's really, really not. Wait, why? Are you learning about server load balancing in particular? All kinds. It said round robin DNS here. Because round robin isn't aware of server load, but that's a kind of load balancer. It's still redirecting traffic. That's the static algorithm. That's a static algorithm which doesn't, it's an unbothered king load balancer algorithm. Okay? Unbothered king. They don't give a shit about what those servers are going through. They said, you're gonna take this, you're gonna deal with it. Deal with it. We don't freaking care anymore. It's not our problem. That's what it says. Okay. So if a server or group of servers is performing slowly, the load balancer distributes less traffic to it. If a server or group of servers fails completely, reroutes traffic to another group of servers, a process known as a failover. Okay, which requires additional server monitoring that can also basically unavailable servers. I'm really good at typing, as you can tell. Exhibit A, typist. Unavailable servers will cause load balancers to fail over to another group of servers. Failover occurs when a given server is not functioning and a load balancer distributes its normal processes to a secondary server or group of servers. Server failover is crucial for reliability. If there's no backup in place, a server crash could bring down a website or application. It's really important. Okay. This must happen quickly. Avoid all right. Hydrate. I've been hydrating. I've been freaking hydrating. All right. Oh, actually, I guess that could have been helpful. All right. Okay. So it sounds like we need to create a basic server that we can start. We need to have basically receive connection requests. Choose load balancing algo to redirect traffic to our set of available servers. This seems like the most fun, like the most core. These need to be broken down a lot more, I think. But this, from my understanding so far, is the simplicity of it. All right. So let's look at what. Okay. We'll do a little note here too of choosing an algorithm. So for this one, let's look at all of the available. Okay, first, I think step one, we start with static. Then we can tell the difference of how purpose. Okay, the goal here is to idea of the simplest possible configuration. Then when we move on to dynamic load balancers, we have a frame of reference. Meaning we can better kind of like assess, I feel like I want to say, the trade-offs, you know? Okay. So round robin, let's look at what are static DNS load balancers. Oh, sorry, load balancing algorithms. Sure, we can look at the, or sorry, not DNS. I'm not a robot. Don't make me. Don't lock me out. I'm one of you. Okay, that was my bad. Not DNS. Okay, so static. Actually, wait. We don't need to really. Do you need to reiterate all of that? I mean, those go into. I'll just delete that and I'll put it in the algo section. All right. So we'll do static. And dynamic. All right, static and dynamic. So for this one, we have the. Is there a reason DNS is really special? No, we're not interested in DNS specifically. Round robin, weighted round robin, source IP hash, oh my god, that's so funny. Random. This is the most unbothered of all time. All right, so this one distributes, okay. I also think this little, oh, that little tab that I just closed. No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. This one. Yeah. Okay. I see. Okay, so I'm gonna guess this is what round robin is doing, is that it just does it in like sequentially, in the kind of circular pattern here. It says, well, I sent it to the other one last time, and then this is a bit more of a. This is one of the dynamic options. Okay. If we do drop sums, one of the ways we can mitigate it is to have a request queue. The code challenges site? I don't know. I just found it. I've found it through the Brave search. Okay, request queues can help us deal with uncertainty, but it's a trade-off. We'll drop fewer requests, but the cost of some requests having a higher latency. If you watch the above simulation long enough, you'll notice the requests subtly changing color. The longer they go without being served, the more color their color will change. Okay. The servers start to okay, you'll notice thanks to the request cost variance, servers will start to exhibit an imbalance and queues will get backed up on the servers servers that get unlucky and have to serve multiple extensive requests in a row. If the queue is full, we'll drop the request. Everything said above applies equally to servers that vary in power. The next simulation will vary the power of each server, which is represented visually with a dark shade of gray. Oh no. It is possible to tweak the round robin to perform with better with variance. There is an algorithm called the weighted round robin, which we just saw, which involves getting humans to tag each server with a weight that dictates how many requests to send to it. In this simulation, we use each server's known power value as its weight and gives them more powerful servers and more requests. Okay. So round robin is just basically like an in order like distribution option. I don't need most of that. Okay, it's basically in order distribution. Weighted round robin is round robin plus each server has a power value to dictate basically hello override, hello food trader. Weighted robin sounds heavy. I could definitely bench a weighted round robin. I think it could happen. It has a power value to dictate its like basically its capabilities. Okay. E.g. server B is 3x faster than server A. It receives 3x more requests or more traffic requests. Hi, Deborah. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're just gonna, we'll complete this, which is get the hash of client IP. So all requests from that IP go to the same server. This could probably be good for Minecraft servers. You have like, imagine you have like a fleet of Minecraft servers and you're like, I know that these players just want to play with the same people all the time. Now they're getting stuck going to the same servers forever. Hi, Denzel. I recommend a working knowledge of routing protocols. IP is simpler in that it's best effort and sessionless, so your decision is usually made per packet, and the concepts are easier to explain and grasp. Yeah. Cloud, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go. Okay. Let's look at some dynamic algos. Dynamic. That's not how hashes work? Wait, what? It sounded like it was. That's okay. I'll fix it later. Hash valued IP probably most likely means some specific countries will go to the same server. Oh, that makes sense. I'm just entering into the industry, going to learn this, whether or not it helps with my internship because it sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always good to know how some of these like underlying things work. Even if, for example, if you're using like Cloudflare or whatever, they probably are doing a lot of this load balancing stuff for you for your different apps that you're hosting that they are being the CDN for. But hey, it's good to know how things work. Learning by Brave AI is brave. Oh, yeah. I feel like with algorithms, like just being like which ones exist, like can you really go that wrong? You know? Man, I'm so sleepy today. And I'm hungry, even though I ate already. What Linux distro do you use? I'm using NixOS. Okay, routes new requests. The server with the fewest active connections, effectively balancing workload in environments with varying request processing times. Shell, I don't drink coffee. Hi, Jamson. Well, round robin sounds cool in practice. You mostly use least connections. God, I have like dog hair in my eye. You mostly use least connections. Also, while working with load balancers, you have to make sure to keep your sessions sticky if your apps need it. Okay. So this one is probably most used. Okay. So this routes a new request to the server with the fewest active connections. Okay. Directs traffic to the server that has historically responded the fastest, optimizing for low latency and a better user experience. Combines the least connections method with the server capacity weights. Okay. Basically ranks servers by the fastest response times. Or I'll just say, sorry, not ranks, but prioritizes by fastest response times, historical data. Okay, and then least response time plus taking into account the server power, server capacity weights. Wow. Cold hard facts. I want to respond to something in the Twitch chat. What do you want to say? Oh, hello. That wasn't my neck, don't worry. NixOS is freaking hard to learn and use. It's so overly complicated in its documentation. I've had a couple times where, so for example, when I was trying to troubleshoot something with my computer, there's like this Python thing that you can install that kind of helps you. I think it helps you assess. I can't quite remember what specifically. I think it was like it would do a analysis of like the hardware status of like a bunch of your stuff, the status of your hardware, and they didn't have a Nix package for it, and I was like, how do I even install this now? How do I install a Python program that doesn't want to have any kind of Nix, that is not packaged for Nix? And I know there's like UV and a whole thing, but I have trauma. Okay, listen, I got trauma, but I got AI. I was like, AI, can I just make this work for Nix? And it was pretty good at it. I need to figure out how to like ship flakes, or not flakes. How to ship like packages for NixOS, because I feel like there's some different projects that I use, and I'm like, you're not available for Nix, and I feel like you should be, and I don't know how to do that. So it's on my list. It's on the list. Hydra? What is Hydra? Okay, and then resource based is going to be, okay, real time CPU, memory, disk IO, status for servers to avoid overload. Okay. All right. So, I mean, this all sounds pretty good to me. Okay, so I think we'll start probably with we'll just do a round robin. We'll do a round robin to start. Okay. One. Okay, round robin to start, probably followed by a dynamic one. I wonder if there's a way to like, there must be some kind of like sandbox learning thing. Followed by a, maybe like the least connections, least response time. There must be a little test thing for your load balancer. Or I have Twitch chat that can test my load balancer. Just kidding. What is that, Linux? Offer Linux, what is that? Oh, a NixOS config creator. Oh, interesting. Okay, they're saying it's NixOS is difficult or hard at the beginning, and then a nice headache. It's just a nice headache, but usable. Yeah, I was having so many issues with Wayland configuration stuff with Nix. It was like driving me up a wall. Do you heavily customize Doom Emacs for things outside of things like themes? Been debating on the switch from NeoVim. I don't really anymore. I have the option to, you know, like I have the option to because it is like that level of customizable, same as NeoVim. But I just haven't really felt the need to. I feel like a lot of the defaults are really nice. Do I have a name for my load balancer? No, it's just load balancer. I just redeemed Hydrate. Sorry, I'm scamming. The scams have persisted. Guys, I might have to end stream soon because my eyes are starting to bother me again. Maybe I'll try and do a makeup, maybe gaming stream or something this weekend. How does that sound? Because I missed Monday. And today's stream, if I end soon, is going to be very short. A stream about makeup? No. How did you get into using Linux and NeoVim/Emacs? I got into Linux before anything with NeoVim and Emacs. I mean, I thought Linux was just interesting because it's like, I mean, it's something that so many programmers are like talk about. I had a Mac before, and I actually got into Linux because I wanted to breathe new life into old hardware. And I had an old computer that I wanted to, try and get the last little bit out from that computer. So I installed Linux on it, and then that was my first intro to Linux, and then I was like, oh, this is great. This is great. Where are you currently employed? I'm just doing content stuff right now. I'm just doing content to fund me building whatever I want with code. That's the strat right now. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then maybe we'll do one. We'll just do like one of the dynamic algos, and I also like need to figure out how to test this. Yeah. Is it hard to install a Linux distro? No, it's really not as scary as you probably think it is. All right, you guys. So we did some of our planning today. So today we figured out a plan for load balancing, what that looks like for a project, and getting a bit of an understanding of what a load balancer is, and the different algorithm choices that you can make with a load balancer. There are static algorithms that basically allow you to, this is the unbothered king load balancer algorithm, meaning it's paying no attention to server status. It's just kind of doing a predefined rhythm for how it's delegating traffic. Or distributing the traffic. So the dynamic ones are ones where typically the algorithms are going to be a little bit more catered to the different server criteria almost, or like the status, the health of the server. So for example, the dynamic one, some of the different algorithms that you might use for a dynamic load balancer is where it's based on the least connections. So it'll start sending traffic towards the server with the fewest active connections. There's another one for the least response time. meaning that it will prioritize sending data to servers that have the lowest latency using historical data. It'll look at like, yeah, what servers have the fastest response times, and it'll prioritize them based on that. And then they also have a weighted version of that, where basically the weighted option for the algorithm is that it's based on server power, which is something usually the user or the person configuring, I guess, the load balancer basically tells it like which servers are the most performant. So for example, if like server B performs 3 times is 3 times faster than server A, then it should get 3 times more requests. Is that kind of vibe? And then there is also a resource-based one that's based on real-time CPU, memory, and disk status to avoid overloading any particular servers, and it'll prioritize based on that. It sounds like the dynamic options have the most complexity to them in terms of like the implementation. So I think we're actually just going to start with a round robin algorithm here and just get started with a very basic load balancer. And I'll start writing that in Rust probably next time. But for now, my head's hurting a little bit. I'm starting to feel the beginning parts of my eyes getting not feeling good. So I think I'm going to cut it a little bit short. All right, you guys, I was just filming that as a little recap as well for YouTube, and I didn't tell you. Alrighty. Okay, guys. I'm feeling a little bit dead inside. I might actually move. I think I can. Oh no, moving the wrong thing. Hello. Oh no. Hello. Why can't I move the chat? There we go. Now we can see more of you. Yippee! The chatters have spoken. Okay. Let's find someone to raid. Do we have any? If there are any mods, VIPs in the chat that have a request for who we should raid? Oh, are you okay? Did I squish you? Are you getting squashed? You okay? Oh no, she's so sleepy. She's so sleepy. She's so mad. Oh no. Oh no. You good girl. All right. Also feel like I can't really see the chat. It was an informative stream. Thanks very much. I'm glad. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all had a good time hanging out. It was very fun to hang out. It's too bad that I'm feeling kind of gross today, but you know, I'll try to, if my energy levels and everything allow for it, I'll try to make it up to you this weekend. Maybe we'll do some Pokemon Unite. Maybe some Overwatch or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll play some games. All right. Oh my God, I can't even find the programming category. All right, let's see. I know, I do. Actually, Denzel, I'd be down. I need to add you. Electrolytes and protein snacks. I'm gonna go probably like lie down on the couch for a minute. Or something. Turn all the lights off. Electrolytes, eat some food. Working on my game engine, that sounds kind of fun. And they're a penguin. Wait, this is cute. Okay, we're gonna raid this person. Oh, wait, is it English? They do speak English. Okay. All right. Where is my Twitch? Yes. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to check out my YouTube if you are looking for additional content. I am putting out a lot more YouTube content recently, especially for, I'm trying to do more and more member stuff as well. Yeah. In suspense, waiting to find out who's going to get raided. I don't know how to raid on YouTube. I mean, I do, but I also, let's see. Maybe I'll redirect you to Alveus. You always go to Alveus. Redirect. There we go. You can go hang out with the animals. Alveus. Where? Let me type. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you ever, if you have more like specific content that you want from me as well, let me know. I'm all ears. I am listening. I know that some of you in the chat said that you want some of the best practices that I'm learning as I'm building specific kinds of applications. So for example, if I was doing a CLI, some best practices for CLIs, even like just time saver recaps on some different things that I'm learning. But yeah, if there's any specific parts of what I'm learning that's interesting to you and you want to hear more about that part of the development journey, like let me know. So yeah. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Enjoy the raid. Go spam some of your favorite emotes in the chat for our new dev friend. All right, you guys. Bye-bye, YouTube. Goodbye, everyone. I will see you next time.